Hey Halo Gold Pack members, my name is Brett Endies. I'm a professional dog trainer. I'm here with Rex. He's a 4-year-old Husky mix. And what I want to demonstrate today is how to teach your dog the place command. Place training is so important and it is the foundation for all obedience exercises. What it basically is doing is teaching your dog to go to a spot, hold their attention to a command, and wait until released. Where is it important to integrate? You want to use this in your home. The way I describe it is when a student goes to school, they go to the classroom, they need to know where their assigned seat is. That's what place training does for your dog in the home. So many dogs nowadays come to me as a behavior specialist with separation anxiety, impulse control, overprotection of the home and their owners, and it starts with them following their owners, getting overstimulated by everything coming and going around them. And the place training is how you either teach your puppy how not to get caught up in all of that or how to resolve these problems that your dog may already have existing. And at the very least, it's going to make your dog so much stronger and compliant when you ask them to do obedience commands. So let me show you this because you want to break this down into steps. The first step is to teach your dog the place command. And what that basically means again is when you tell your dog, go to your place, go find their nearest assigned seat, which is going to be just something as simple as a dog bed or a designated mat for training. And you're going to tell them on command to go find that spot. And then we're going to tell them the next step once we get there. So let me show you here. The first step is to have your dog on their leash with a high value treat. And you're going to do what's called lure and reward training. So what I want to do is with the cue, place, get in front of him with the leash and the treat and lure him to the spot and then reward him when he gets there. Now, your dog may know a sit or your dog may be well versed in the down command. That's the next step. Once the student goes to their seat, they need to know what their assignment is, and that's what the command is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition to the command, the down. So I'm going to lure him into it, and when he gets there, I'm going to reward him. Now your dog may have to be, you have to stay close to them. You may have to hold the leash to keep their attention. And what you want to do is this focus building. As your dog listens and engages and gives you the eye contact, as that increases, you want to intermittently reward them. So that's the teaching of it for the place command. Now once your dog has this command established and you've started to develop it, you want to integrate it into your everyday routines and situations where this would be a better option for your dog to learn how to make calmer choices or how to feel more secure that they have a job to do versus feeling responsible for everything going on, which is how your dogs end up with all of these behavior problems. They're keeping too much track of what's going on in the human environment instead of feeling like a dog who's here to work and do their job and focus their attention on one spot, on one command for a duration of time. So an example I'll give is you might want to just start teaching your dog that you can drop the leash and walk away and start building these 3 Ds, the duration, how long a dog stays, distance, how far I can separate from him, and any kind of distractions that might be going on simultaneous to them having to hold their command and maintain that focus and attention. And as these 3 Ds develop, that's where the rewards come in. I don't want to be bribing Rex here over and over to hold his attention. I want to build it. So I want to show him that if he stays a little bit longer for a longer duration when I walk away, that's going to be more likely for me to come back and reward that concept of stay, that you'll find that if you teach a dog how to stay in each command, that extra word is not required to get that concept to develop. So that's going to be where you want to integrate this, whether you're sitting on the couch watching TV, you have company over. Hey Halo Gold Pack members, my name is Brett Endies. I'm a professional dog trainer. I'm here with Rex. He's a 4-year-old Husky mix. And what I want to demonstrate today is how to teach your dog the place command. Place training is so important and it is the foundation for all obedience exercises. What it basically is doing is teaching your dog to go to a spot, hold their attention to a command, and wait until released. Where is it important to integrate? You want to use this in your home. The way I describe it is when a student goes to school, they go to the classroom, they need to know where their assigned seat is. That's what place training does for your dog in the home. So many dogs nowadays come to me as a behavior specialist with separation anxiety, impulse. You want to teach your dog to just stay off to the side and not bother you when you're eating a meal before their own meals, to teach them food patience and not to rush to every new situation. This is how you teach them how to make these calmer choices through the place training and the commands developed within it. So now that we've taken the time to teach our dog the place command and how to build those 3Ds, the duration, the distance, the distractions, we want to start integrating this into our everyday routines, especially around the house. So one first great exercise is to use the place command to teach your dog not to follow you everywhere so you don't develop issues like separation anxiety and impulse control. So he's in this place, it's been established, and now what I want to show him is that as I walk away, he's going to have two options. He can either stay there, allow me to come back and reward him for his efforts, or if he gets up because he's used to following me, if he has an issue like separation anxiety, I'm just going to pick up the leash and reiterate until he realizes that the only way we're going to move from this place is when I designate with a separate command like OK or heel or any other cue that lets him know that he is permitted to move from the command that we've established prior. So I'm going to walk away. He should remain there. If he does, then I'm going to come back and reward him. So he didn't get up. He built that distance and duration that I was asking for, and then I'm going to come back and reward him. Just make sure as you're practicing, you're getting more distance and more duration as you continue to give rewards. You don't want to give a dog treats for the same old, because they're never going to try to improve on the concepts that you're teaching them. Now, let's say there's a situation where your dog just may get up to follow you because they're too excited, or this is the first time you've practiced place in this scenario. I want to show you what to do to troubleshoot that. So let's say I walk away and I'm not paying attention and Rex decides to get up. All I do is I just pick up his leash and I'm going to just reiterate, go to your place. I'm going to have him lay down, but the only difference is this time I'm not coming back with a treat. That's where he has to learn that if he gets up prematurely to me telling him another cue to be allowed off the bed, I'm not going to punish him. I'm not going to make a big fuss out of it, but he's going to learn that I'm not going to give in and I'm going to bring him back. And the only way he's going to get a reward is if he remains there in an improved way start to finish, and then I come back and I reward him for his efforts. So now that we've taken the time to teach our dog the place command and the down command within it, we've taken the time to integrate the training into our everyday routines, and we've troubleshooted both when they listen or they don't listen by the correction and reward techniques. We want to now designate to our dog when the training time is finished. And that's where we use the OK or any release command that shows them that as much as he was trying to get up before I gave him that, he ended up back where he started. But when I give him the very clearly defined release after checking in with me, okay, he's now permitted off the place. He's not getting brought back to it because I told him that training time is done. So you see the difference, and so you make it fair to your dog, because as much as you're expecting them to stay on the place or to maintain any command that you're asking, you have to tell them when the start to finish of that command is. Otherwise, you're going to confuse them and you're not going to have the consistency in your training that's going to help these commands actually apply when you're in real life situations. So with all that said, you practice the place training. That's the foundation of all of your obedience for the future exercises you want to do for your dog. All these, I want my dog to come, I want my dog to lay at my feet when I'm at a coffee shop. Place training is how you start developing it. And also, if you don't want your dog to develop separation anxiety and all of these problems that makes people call a guy like me for help, place training. Thanks for joining me. I'm Brett Endies. I'll see you next time.